Hey, what's up everybody, this is Forever1 and today I want to go over a glitch that I've actually gone over before, and this glitch allows you to pretty much one-shot anything in Borderlands 3 depending on how high you actually get the stacks of this glitch. And the reason I want to go back over this is because one, there's been quite a few patches since this, and I want to actually see if this still works, because even though this item hasn't been mentioned in any of the patches, there's actually been a bunch of other items that have been changed in some way in pretty much hidden patch notes. If they were intended or not, it really doesn't matter because there's still a possibility that this was affected. Newsflash, actually wasn't affected at all. Also, I want to try to be a bit more clear on going over this glitch because a lot of people didn't understand or kind of get it to work before, so hopefully being a bit more clear, more people will be able to get this to work. This is also specifically on PC. And also, I want to get this stacked up more and see if I could actually one-shot every boss. Because bosses with immunity phases are actually quite difficult to one-shot. Because sometimes, even if you do enough damage to one-shot them, sometimes their immunity will just catch it before they die and you'll only do a chunk of damage. And I want to see if I'm actually able to one-shot a lot of these immunity bosses, because that would be really cool. This is also all in-game stuff. This isn't using any, file manipulation. This isn't using any other programs on PC or anything like that. And just from talking to different people in the comments, I know that people on both consoles have actually been able to get this to work as well, so it should work on everything. Now, what you're going to be doing with this glitch is you're going to need the Brawler Ward Shield, or it's just a Ward Shield. I don't actually know if Brawler is a prefix considered on this or not, but the Ward Shield pretty much just actually drops from Grave Ward, so everyone should probably have some of these because everyone farms Grave Ward for just legendaries overall. Now, how this is going to work is when this shield is depleted, you actually get a bunch of buffs. You get 25% weapon damage, you get 300% melee damage, you get 2% max health per second while shields are active, and that doubles when depleted. Now, every time your shield is depleted and regens a little bit, this will actually stack. So you basically just deplete your shield, get up a little bit depleted, get up a little bit depleted, and the buffs from this will actually be stacking. Now, with Moze, which is the reason I'm doing this on Moze, it's super easy to do it on Moze. Because this health regen is considered health regeneration and not healing, if you have the Bloodletter Legendary mod with Moze, you now will regenerate that health and shield with that percentage, and since it's stacking, you'll just start to heal like incredibly fast. Your health and shields will almost instantly go up, and you're going to need this because you're going to be hurting yourself to get your shield down, and once you keep stacking this, you'll start hitting harder and harder. So there's a finite amount of stacks you can actually get with this, because at some point you'll just one-shot yourself. And that takes me into what deactivates this. If you go down or die, this is deactivated, so you have to restack it. If you go to the main menu, this is deactivated, and again, if you fully close the game, it's deactivated. But also don't take the shield off, because that'll deactivate it. Anything else besides dying, taking the shield off, or logging off, you can do. You can change any weapons, you can change your class mods, you can change your grenades, you can change artifacts, you can even fully respec and change your spec. So basically, if you're doing this, it's going to take a lot longer in any other class, but if you're doing this with other classes, basically just try to get anything in your spec while doing this that gives you more shielding or shield regen or anything like that, more ammo to be able to do this quicker, anything like that. I'm basically going tankier and then getting ammo regen so I can do this much quicker, because you can change that right after you get all the stacks you want. So now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of how to do this, and then after that I'm actually going to not record me getting all the stacks up, because I'm going to try to get as many stacks as possible. I'm probably going to die a few times, and then I'm going to have some footage of me going around one-shotting bosses, one-shotting different enemies and stuff like that. So basically, also any cutsman is really good with this. The shot cutsman is pretty good because, it basically hits your shields better, or harder, I guess. But the good thing about the Cutsman, for whatever reason, it won't apply any status effects to you. The reason status effects are bad is because you won't be regenerating shields with it on you, so it'll be much slower. But the Cutsman, for whatever reason, won't apply status effects to yourself. And also I'm using corrosive because I have corrosive resistance on this. So once I get to higher stacks, it hits me less. Now, this is a good spot to do it in Sanctuary because the weapon always doesn't hit you. Like if you look straight, if you shoot straight down, it doesn't hurt you really. It did hurt me there walking around. But if you just go up to this wall or most walls in Sanctuary and stuff like that, every shot will hit you for whatever reason. I guess shooting at the ground, maybe some of it, actually if you walk forward and do it, does work. But pretty much it must be like it's going through the ground or not hitting correctly. So if you just do it against a wall, it's going to be the best way. So you're just wanting to get yourself low. Then you just constantly, you'll have the shield break effect. And you just constantly break your shield and let it regen any amount. If you're doing this on Moze with the legendary class mod, your shields will instantly regen. And as you can see, I'm just hitting myself harder and harder. So as this goes on, and also my shields, my health are regenerating quicker and quicker. But as this goes on, I'll have to let my shields get higher and higher because the Cutsman is like a charge up weapon that then shoots quickly. So it's a little harder to control. So I'll have to start letting shields get higher and higher or I'll just kill myself. You see I'm doing like a few thousand shields and then I'm doing like 1,000 health damage. But it's just instantly regenning, but at some point you will just one-shot yourself, so the regen does not matter. And you guys will see, now I'm just going through my shield super quickly. I'm getting my health down like halfway every time I do this, just because of how much damage you actually do. And that's pretty much the entire way you actually do it. I would recommend using any Cutsman because pretty much any other weapon that's easy to get yourself down and control your shields, your shield depleting and regen like this is pretty much going to have an element on it. And you can't do it with anything that's going to apply an element to you unless you want to take, like 15 minutes to get yourself a few stacks. So that's pretty much it. The rest of the video is going to be me killing stuff. So subscribe if you want to see more Borderlands 3 content. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about how to get this glitch to work. I think I explained it a bit more clear this time, so hopefully you guys are able to get this to work. And thanks for watching.